Good morning, YouTubers. Tsquare here with Tsquare Talk. So hope everybody's having a great day. Today, I decided to go live. Actually, the only reason I'm going live, I had something come up yesterday. I knew I was gonna have a rough weekend, and I was gonna be extremely busy. And at first, I was like, I'm just gonna skip a day and not put up a video. And then after that, I ended up not doing it, and then I ended up saying no, you really need to stick to your plans and go ahead and do it. And then it just took up so much time that I was up almost 20, pretty much, I'll say 24 hours straight. However, it was actually wasn't really straight. I got like a 3 hour, 2.5, 3 hour nap somewhere in there, but it was actually a lot longer. It was like the whole weekend I was kind of pushing to try to get through it. And so, needless to say, I ended up getting done last night, and I was just exhausted and just crashed out as soon as I got home, and woke up this morning and said, I never put up a video today, and I didn't want to not put one up, so I decided to go live. So, long story short, I figured I would do a live stream this morning and just kind of see what was going on, talk to people, get some questions. If anybody had any questions, it would be your opportunity to kind of ask. I'm pulling up my second phone right now. That way I can kind of follow the chats and answer questions and see who's on. I hope everybody's having a great morning. It's not every day that I go live, especially without like an actual, I guess you can call it, format or a plan. So I don't really have a planned video today. It was kind of just Q&A, see how the morning goes and what's going on. I will be reading all your comments here in just a minute. I may sound a little different because I've only been up for a short while. It was kind of coincidental that I just totally fell asleep last night and didn't have no video up today. And I don't usually like going live, I'm not going to lie, because you can get questions or things can pop up that you really aren't prepared for. But I'm trying to find how to pull up the live stream so I can read all y'all's comments instead of having to touch the phone. Because every time I tap this phone, let's see here. What is up, AKA 47? How's it going? Hope you're having a great night. What is up, World Money Wins? How's it going? Hope you guys are both having a great day. And I might say night a couple times because when I do go live, it's usually at night. Me going live at this time of the day is not the norm. Okay, there it is. So, well, actually, it's not even coming up on my end. But I know I'm live. Let me take a real quick look because I haven't even done nothing yet this morning. I just want to see where silver and gold was. That's right, weekend. Let's see. So silver down 31 cents. Really just giving back what it made on Friday. Gold's up, down $1. Not really anything. No major change in gold. Let's see here. Especially, and I'm only saying that because there's no comments yet. So once people start typing in comments, I know some people don't like to leave comments. But if anybody has any questions that they want to ask, kind of direct it. It was just a live stream this morning, no planned video. I see we got 8 people on. We got one person hit that thumbs up. Thank you so much to that one person that hit that little thumb right there. That really helps out the videos. Let's see. Copper down 2 cents. A lot of stuff showing up down this morning. Nickel down 8 cents. Aluminum flat. Zinc. Okay, lead. I'm just kind of checking the numbers real quick to see what's going on. Crude oil down $1.74. That's a pretty big drop. This is something I actually do every morning. I'll check what all the numbers are for the weekend, how things are looking. I even look at the cryptos. Bitcoin up $2,100. That's awesome. So we got 4 people already hit that thumbs up. We got 11 people, five people hit the thumbs up. We got 11 people on right now. Thank you so much. If anybody has any questions, go ahead and put a comment in, and I can see who's in the room, what's going on. Let's see here. Never prepared, even for recorded videos. Oh, I try to do the recorded videos the night before, but like I said in the beginning, before a lot of people got on, I had something big to handle this weekend, and I kind of was pushing it and literally running on very little sleep this weekend. The less sleep I've ever had in a long time. So to make it through, but I was very happy with the outcome the weekend. I got a lot accomplished, and hopefully I'll be able to keep that going. And let's see here. Joseph, how's it going, Joseph? Hope you're having a great morning. What is up, End Time? How's it going, buddy? Hope you're having a great morning, too. Robert, how's it going? From the UK. Awesome. Let's see. We got Dave in. How's it going, Dave? Buy on the dips. Yeah, absolutely. I know last week we had one day where we caught a dip. It was down to like $30. That was a great opportunity. However, one of the guys that I deal with, he doesn't really go up when the price goes up. But on the flip side, when the price dips, he doesn't also come down. He has his prices set flat. And so if something comes in and the price is high, then that's it. He prices it. He puts literally a price sticker on it, and that's it. And I told him, last week, I said, I'm going to pass. He usually has a lot better deals. He's the guy that I get a lot of stuff from. There's not many places locally to where I'm at, so I have to buy online a lot of the time and hunt stuff. Let's see. Reading through the chats. If I don't get your comment right off, don't panic. I will get to it. I never saw you on a live before. Yeah, I usually do my lives late at night, and it's only once a month. So I don't go live much. It was just this weekend. I just had so much to do. And when I got home last night, I don't even really remember falling asleep. I remember taking a shower and just sitting down, and then just woke up literally 20 minutes ago. Let's see. Picking up more Scottsdale kilos today or tomorrow. Put it away. $30 at $30.25 last week. Yeah, that was a great opportunity last week. $30.25. However, I wouldn't be surprised to see us have a better opportunity this week. We're getting close to the BRICS meeting, and with that coming, a lot of people are getting skittish on what they're going to announce. That BRICS meeting is on the 22nd and the 23rd. So I guess it's not this week. It's actually next week. 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. And then a couple weeks after that, we have the next Fed meeting. And the question is the Fed going to lower interest rates again like they had projected, or are they going to change their mind? There was some people with the Fed, the last meeting, that didn't want to cut rates. Excuse me, didn't want to cut rates, and so therefore they may not cut rates this time, because that 50%, they're making it sound like the numbers are getting a lot better. Obviously we're close to the election. That can cause a lot of, I guess you can say, issues if all of a sudden the stock market was to take a big hit, or the metals, and they want the dollar to look good. They want the economy to look good. So some of the stuff they project is, I don't know, I guess a happy ending, you can say, even though it may not be as great as what they want to say. Let's see. Just trying to keep up with the comments. Give me a quick second here. Let's see, never seen you on live before. See, I can't get my other phone running this morning. I don't know why. Let's see. Good morning from North Michigan. I'm guessing I'm guessing that's Michigan. Tom, hope you're having a great morning. Let's see the cat. I really like the Scottsdale stuff. Yeah, I have a couple Scottsdale Lion stackers, I guess you can say. Scottsdale stackers kilos. I think I got 3 of them. Someone actually bought them. Back when they bought them for like $600 a piece. When he sold them to me, this was years ago though. He had sold them to me at $650 each, and he's like, I made $50 each, but I need the money. One of his children had a car wreck, needed the cash, so ended up selling them, and I picked them up. And I don't usually, before that, I didn't buy that. I usually stuck to 1 ounces, but I liked them. They were cool. And I said, you know what? I'll give you the money. And I even have a video up and a short because there was a time when I wasn't as solid of a believer as I am now. And I remember in the video that I had said, did I make a mistake buying these at $615? I just spent $2,000 in one shot, and so we don't really know the outcome. I assume silver was going to keep going up, and but I was new to it, and now I'm like, now you're lucky to get them under 1,000. I'll say you can once in a while find them for $1,000, but you really got to look around. Let's see here, the cat passing out. Like that's my normal night. Yeah, for me that's not. I don't really sleep well. I have a slight sleeping disorder, I guess you can call it, maybe, where I don't sleep very well. So, and that for me to push it like I did this weekend. Let's see here. Is it harder to get rid of bars compared to rounds or coins? I bought my first bars yesterday. So in my opinion, yes, people prefer coins and rounds. However, there's a lot of these newer stackers, the newer people that are getting into it, that really, they don't care. Literally, they will take whatever. If you noticed, I am missing I had like 5 or 6 junk bars sitting here. Actually, took them with me. I didn't end up doing anything with them. I was hoping just to trade them off. Newer stackers, they seem to mention bars. Yeah, I buy some silver coins here and there, but I mostly look for bars. That's what I heard someone say this weekend. But these are guys that are newer to stacking and investing in silver, and some people follow it. And they follow it hardcore, but they're really low key about it. I remember I had brought it up because I'll casually put out throughout my weekend. I always put out little feelers, I guess you can say. And one of the feelers I had put out was to someone's wife. I just said, yeah, I follow a little bit on silver and gold, and I had pulled out a coin, and I said, this I probably $35, and she's like, well, it ain't quite that high yet, but it's going up. And the fact that she knew that told me, okay, her and her husband, or her, look into silver a little bit, or you wouldn't know. The average person doesn't know the spot price on silver unless they're involved in it or they have some. So when she said that, that told me right there that this was someone that already knew something or has watched a video or something. So usually when I'm talking to people out in the real world, I do stuff like that as feelers. If they have no clue, and sometimes I'll pretend like I have no clue. If I'm in, I guess you can say, different environments where I don't want people to know. Like one day I was at the post office and I was getting a heavy package, and the girl said, man, that's a heavy package. And then she looked at it and she had read, she goes, car parts? And the guy behind me goes, that's what they send gold coins in. And I looked at him and I was like, what? He goes, yeah, usually they send gold coins and they label them as car parts. And I said, like what? Like pirate treasure? And because I didn't want people knowing what was in the box. And so it was kind of funny. So let's see here. Getting through the comments. I apologize if I don't get to your comment right off. I see we got Tom in the room. How's it going, Tom? We got Joseph in the room. How's it going? Michael, how's it going? SH311. Shocked. How's it going? Hope you're having a great day. If I say night, I apologize a couple times. Let's see, what state do you live in? I'm in Texas. Okay, so yeah, okay, that's exactly where I was. So yeah, it's a little harder to get rid of bars as opposed to rounds and coins. A lot of people like coins because they are sovereign. Me personally, I like rounds, but I have a little of everything from bars to coins. Round. I may do a video on that. That's planned out and has some nice things to show you with bars and rounds. That way you guys know. Some people don't really, they're newer to stacking and they just stick with one thing. So yeah, I'm in Texas, Dave. Scrolling through, Robert, And please, if you can, take a quick minute, hit that thumbs up button. It really helps me out. I see we got 7 people that hit the thumbs up button. Let's see. Robert. I was hoping to pick up some more sovereigns, but the company I use is all out. Apart from the really old ones with a massive premium. Yeah, I don't like massive premiums. I'm not a big fan of premiums at all. So Tim in New Hampshire, prices are similar. I've never seen. I know. I'm assuming you're talking about Tim on. Oh my word! I forget the name of his channel. Yankee Stacking, and I've always wanted to go up there because I'm actually from Maine, and I drive through there once in a while. And the last time I wanted to stop, but it was like 6 a.m. when I was driving through New Hampshire, and I didn't want to like give up the 3 hours because I knew that 3 hours could make a big difference. I think he's in New Hampshire. Could have been Pennsylvania. I can't remember now. Let's see here. All of what T is talking about going on at the same time. We are sending more soldiers to the Middle East to counter. I could imagine people panic buying. Yeah, people do panic buy. The panic buying, I don't really think it's panic buying though as much as it's new people getting into it. Oh shoot. I was just reading that message and all of a sudden it got restricted. I don't know what that message said, darn it. The next one down, Cat. I don't think it's so much as panic buying. I think it's a lot more of new people getting in. And these people have nothing. They get their first ounce of silver and they're kind of in a bind. And they realize what's going on and they're like, oh, why didn't I buy sooner? The opportunity is there still for you to pick up gold and silver. And you can still pick it up at a relatively low price. If you don't find any deals, I hate to say this, I think people aren't looking hard enough because I do have to widen my circle a little bit more to get deals. But resale shops, pawn shops, I know someone out there is going to say, and I've said this before, pawn shops are overpriced. Here's the deal with pawn shops. The pawn shops are hit or miss. You go to a pawn shop in the middle of nowhere. If you live in the city and you're willing to drive an hour away from the city to some little town in the middle of nowhere that has a little pawn shop, they get stuff in there and they don't have customers coming in with money. You go in there and you see something, you can negotiate, you can make them a deal. I went to one pawn shop in Maine not too long ago, and I think it's like, what? Well, I guess it was a little while ago. It was 10 months ago now. But needless to say, the spot price on silver, and they ended up giving me like 10 cents under spot on silver dimes. And I said, but I'll take them all. And she's like, well, we got like 100 of them. And I said, I'll take them all. If you're willing to do that price, I mean, anything you could pick up at spot, first of all, I would take. There's no way I'm going to pass up on a spot deal. So that's opportunity right there. You're not going to find better than spot unless you are just extremely lucky. Please take a quick minute, hit that thumbs up button for me. It really helps me out. I see we got 24 people on and 12 thumbs up. Let's see. I might have to read these backwards just for a minute. Let's see, scrolling through. Coins earlier years, bars and coins were over 30. I don't like old silver. I'm not a fan of vintage bars. I'm not a fan of big premiums. Let's see, gold, $200 pullback ain't happening at this stage. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna see a $200 pullback. I hate to say that. Let's see. People want stack right now. Yeah, a lot of people want to get into it because they're hearing it more, and the fact that the price jumped. The next big price jump is going to cause a huge amount of people getting in. Each time the price goes up, you get more and more people that come in because they hear about it. You can't keep it a secret when gold's hitting all-time highs day after day. When silver starts breaking them highs, our old highs, I'm not talking even 32.50. I'm talking when they break through that 49.80 close or that $50 range, you're going to have a lot of people get in, and a lot of people are going to just have missed the boat. Because when it gets at $50, how many people can afford it really too? A lot of people are, you know, I'll say strapped right now. Let's see. I went to look at my local pawn shop a couple of days ago. They had one gold back for $45. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's crazy. I wouldn't pay that. But I've always wanted to hold one. I've never held one yet. I've never seen one up close. I've only seen them on videos. Let's see. I gotta head to my chiropractor. I'll catch the video later. Thank you so much, World Money Wins. Cat, meow. Hope everybody's having a good morning. Do you think gold will have a correction soon? That's tough. I personally, it looks things are adding up more that it's going to go higher than go lower. You know, if the camera darkens for a quick minute, it's only because I'm touching it to try to read everybody's comments. What's up, Tsquare Cats and Dogs? How's it going? Let's see. Gerald, hope you're having a great day. Let's see. You're right. It's New Hampshire. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I wanted to go, like I said, when I drove through the last time. It is freezing cold in the UK. Bullet nipples whistling. Whistles working on site. Oh, yeah, I wouldn't want to be working in the freezing cold. But since I can go outside right now and it's already over 80 degrees, Belfast, Northern Ireland. Oh, wow. I've always wanted to go to Ireland. Okay, I think I'm pretty well caught up. So let's jump back down here. Do you think Ron's basement is clickbait silver pumper? So I'll be honest, I don't know. I haven't seen his. I've only seen it once or twice. Some people. Hold on here. I'm gonna come right back to that. 1 second. 25 cents over spot on kilos, silver and gold. Back off. Prepper had watching Ron's. Someone said I had stopped watching Ron's. I've been getting 10th ounce, mostly gold, vintage, cherry pick, pandemic, vintage, overpriced, $2. Okay, though I can kind of catch up a little bit. I don't want to get too far behind. I'm gonna have to pull up, try to get my other phone working. Okay, so I think there's a lot of YouTubers out there that they get sponsored by one of these companies, and all of a sudden they push that company and they push, their products. So there's a couple strategies that a lot of big online dealers will use. One strategy is they pay big money for advertising, and I'll be honest, this is one of the companies that right here they pay big money for advertising. Why does my phone keep getting darker and darker? Okay, there it is. They spend big money to get on the top of, you type in gold and silver on the Google search, and AppMax is going to be right up there at the high. And then there's companies like JM Bullion that has a lot of channels that they sponsor. And in some cases, people are not 100%, I hate to say this, honest. They might recommend something because they know they get a small commission. And then after that, they go buy from somebody else or they buy from other channels. Me, I don't sponsor anybody right now. I don't recommend anybody specifically right now. A lot of that comes down to, I was recommending Universal Coin and Bullion. I did have a friend that worked there, and he was really cool to me, and he was really cool to the people that called him and said, hey, I heard about you on Tsquare Talk. And he was given, American Silver Eagles at $2 over spot. Now, here's the thing. He can only do 10 at a time, I think. In some cases, 5 at a time. But I don't mind picking up, whatever I can. They would run ads. They would run articles. Now, they have changed their policy to put their deals for first-time customers only. So that kind of takes away that initial. And initially, it wasn't for a first-time customer only. It was, for that order. You call up with that flyer or that number, and he was really good. He took really good care of a lot of us, a lot of people that have been following the channel for a while. So obviously, if you can find Eagles at $2 over spot, that's a no-brainer. You pick it up. But generic ounces, that type of stuff, you pick up the deals when you can get them. And the way I do it, I try to follow all the different online dealers, and then I will go and look for the cheapest after that. So let's see. I'm still kind of. I just picked up my other phone because I said, man, it is getting too hard to catch every comment. So I'm pulling up my other phone to see. Okay, now that I have a second phone, I can read all y'all's comments a little better. So let's see here. Scrolling through. That way I don't have to keep touching the phone. It gets dark and stuff. I might miss a couple comments. Let's see, where am I? Let's see. I was just talking about the Ron's Basement thing. Hope don't float. Gold's not going down. New all-time highs again and again. Silver is the easy in. Yeah, so when it comes to gold and silver, I think silver is easily going to go higher. With gold, I'm a little weary. Some people ask me, but you buy gold. Why you buy gold if you think silver is going to do a whole lot better? I buy gold because it's a small, compact amount of money. I don't buy gold really to make money. I know that sounds crazy to some people. Silver takes up a lot of space. Gold, I can put anywhere and have it stored. It's wealth preservation, just like silver. However, it also has done really well, obviously. But I think silver will have its time very soon. I have a different strategy than most people. My strategy is so in order to explain my strategy first, I have to tell you most online investment companies or even any investment companies is going to tell you 95% stock portfolio and 5% gold and silver. Why? Because the 95% crashes and the 5% will skyrocket. Okay. What happens if you flip that? What happens if you were to go 95% gold and silver and 5% stocks? Okay. It's very slow. I'll be honest. Slow growth. But every 20 years or so, 15 years or so, you see something big happen. And right now we are in that phase. So I looked at it like I don't have a ton of money. I'm not rich. But by putting money into silver and gold, when that time does come that the flip happens, that's when I will drastically go up. If you do the math and you write it all down, it makes perfect sense. It just means that you're going to have some slow growth time. Now, I talk to some people that say, well, my money's in a 401k. I can't take it out. I can't switch it. I can't do that. And that's true. You can't. However, in that case, some people like mining stocks because mining stocks has a big exposure to gold and silver. Not as much, in my opinion. Some people will say more, though. I mean, we've seen gold and silver take huge jumps and mining stocks not go up as much. Why is that? Well, a lot of that comes down to, in my opinion, people making their companies sound a little better. You take a look at stuff like Enron, and, it doesn't take much for a company to cook their books a little bit. Now, I'm not saying every company does. But it does happen, unfortunately. So, scrolling through the comments, let's see. I live in the middle of nowhere. I don't have any local coin shops, so I gotta go get all my stuff online. It would be nice to check out an actual shop. So you're right. In that case, it would be awesome to check out an actual shop because when you go to some of these shops, they got some amazing deals. Who knows, though? Maybe someday you could open up a little something. Or if I was in your shoes, what I would do is start using feelers and talk to different people. There's two ways you can look at it. You have no competition in that area. There's no coin shops, so there's no one to compete with. You could start talking to people and just asking them casually, hey, do you have any old coins? You could put up a little flyer at your local pawn shop. That almost didn't come out right. Your local pawn shop, or local, I said pawn shop, your local post office. Go to your post office, put a little thing and a little note that says started collecting coins. If you have any, you call a number. There's a lot of little things you can do. Starting out, I used to pretend like I was brand new to coins. And the reason I did that is because a lot of people will sell their coin collections. They want to meet up with people, and they have some and they don't really know. Sometimes I seen one company, they put an ad in a flyer, and they ran like a thing at a hotel. It was kind of funny because I said, I wonder if anybody ever goes. And someone's like, I went. And I said, really? There were a lot of people there. I said, selling their coins? They had an appraiser there appraising coin collections and buying them. There's a lot of little things you can do, but you got to really start talking to people, because you think about how many houses are maybe in your little tiny town, and you might find out that people have coins and then really don't know who to sell them to. Another good thing about a small town, I'm going to say this real quick, and then I'm going to move on to the next comment, is go to your local bank, try to get half dollars, quarters, dimes, any kind of hand-rolled stuff, and start searching. They will turn that stuff in when they need money because they have nowhere else to turn to sell the coins to. Please take a quick minute, hit that thumbs up button if you can. I see we got 16 thumbs up buttons. Really helps out the channel. We got 34 people on. So to the 16 people that have hit the thumbs up, thank you so much. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, I don't talk too much about other channels. I'm not going to diss any channel specifically. I probably shouldn't have even been talking too much about that other channel. I'm not trying to compete with channels. I just play my own game, and that's it. Let's see here. Can be entertaining, but there's definitely a lot of hype. Yeah, some channels do hype stuff up more than they should, I think. Hyping gets people to click. If I put a video up, $10,000 silver, everybody's going to click on it. And then when $10,000 silver doesn't come, people get mad, even though silver might climb to 50, 60 bucks. They're still going to be mad because it ain't $10,000. So I don't play the clickbait game. To me, I'm not interested in that. What I think silver's going to go to, we're going to see $50 silver. That's not hype. That's an easy number. There's a lot of math. There's a lot of charts that point to $50 silver. And once you see that, then it all makes sense. Let's see here. Pimbex silver, $9,000 a gram. Yeah, Pimbex is another company I think that started sponsoring a lot of channels. Let's see. Well, I won't say that he sponsors it. Well, I don't know what he sponsors, but I won't say Pimbex is a bad company. I've looked at a couple of their prices. It seemed decent. There's a few channels that I do watch. One specifically that one guy has a great channel, and it's funny. He actually sponsors Pimbex. Maybe I'm gonna have to look up. You know what? I'm just gonna get caught up a little bit. I got these emojis here. I love them emojis, Michael. Thank you so much. The little blue little. I don't know. They're just emojis. They're always cool when you see them. You know what? I'm gonna look that up right now. Let's find out. I'm going to read you guys the prices. It's been a while. Pimbex silver. Let's see what comes up. If I can even find it. I don't think it spelled it right. Okay, I'm going to have to do it manually. Give me 1 second here. I want to find out now. I'm going to look up some of their prices. Pimbex, how do they spell it? Let's see. Pembex. let's find out together. See what their stuff's running. I'm curious if I can even find them. Oh, hey, awesome. Okay, there it is. Let's take a look at what their prices are. Okay, so right off the bat, they're showing on their website, they're showing their spot price at $31.21. So the first thing I do when I look at a new place is I compare their spot price to the official spot price. So the official spot price right now is, wow, $31.21. So right off the bat, I will say that is a good point for me. I want to see the official. You go to a channel like, you go to a site like AppMax, and you might have the spot price at $31.21, and then their spot price on the top of their website will say $31.40. So that's a 16 cent difference automatically. Now, if you have that, that is the first thing that I take into account when I go to it. So I'm actually on Pinbex right now, checking them out. And this is not a sponsorship by them. I'm just looking to see. The next thing I look is I hit the three little lines and I see if they have something called deals. Special deals, closeout deals, whatever. This one doesn't have it. It says gold, silver, platinum, Graham Club. That sounds interesting. In fact, I'm going to hit that Graham Club. What is that? Oh, okay. So it's like a monthly, you pay a monthly fee and you get something. Not really my cup of tea on that. Then the next thing I do, I check out what they got on silver. In the silver, this company has silver coins, American Silver Eagles. Okay, 90%. Let's check out the 90%, since that is, you can find. So, okay, so I'm not going to say that that company's bad. I mean, yeah, that's not horrible. 23x on 90%. That's not horrible. They're probably getting, here they are getting advertisement from. I'm not trying to advertise for anybody. 24x on Mercury Dimes. You know, I think spot price right now is 22.5. So, oh, that's cool. $100 face value for 2,300. But I usually look at what individuals run. The next thing I look at is the as low as, because that can trick you up a little bit. They show you one price, and then you click on it, and you're like, you just went from 23.5 to 24.5. And not many people are going to be buying $500 bags of 90% silver, you know, so that's the type of stuff I look for. Let's see. Jumping back on the comments real quick. Yeah, like I said, I can't read that comment out loud. I can't diss anybody. That's just not my nature for channels. Because some people will diss mine. I ain't gonna lie. But I put out what I think is gonna happen. Like, some people dissed it because we didn't see a good pullback at the end of the last financial quarter, and that's all right. I mean, I'm not stressing anything. I mean, we didn't see a pullback. Okay, they paid off their shorts. Some of them retook shorts, but obviously it didn't take a big enough short position to really pull the price back. That just tells me that it's getting more difficult, and banks, I believe, were kind of pushing because they wanted lower interest rates, and they ended up getting a 0.5% jump. I think there's a lot of smaller banks that are against the Fed right now, even because interest rates are climbing, and now these banks are kind of stuck. Let's see. I'm not sure what that means. I'm reading through some, and it says I see 17 like. Oh, okay. Let's see. I see right now I'm showing 26 likes. Now, obviously, that was written like 5 or 10 minutes ago. So yeah, we got 38 people watching. We got 26 likes. For those of you guys that are just getting on, I had some stuff come up this weekend. I didn't get to make a video. I was exhausted last night. All I did was sat down and fell asleep because I was so exhausted from no sleep over the weekend. And then I ended up waking up literally 15 minutes before my video would normally post. And so I said, I'm just going to get on, say hi to people, and do a live stream instead of not doing anything at all. And all of a sudden, when people started talking about the likes, 17 likes, 18 likes, 21 likes and growing, 23 likes. We're now at 27 likes. Tap the like, please. Definitely, please. How's it going, Steve? I hope you're having a great night or day. Let's see, 38 likes. $38 for a Silver Eagle. Yeah, $38 for a Silver Eagle with credit card. That, to me, I wouldn't pay that. I got offered, well, shoot, I got offered a tube the other day. This is only a half a tube. I got offered a tube the other day for $700. That was $35 a piece cash. And I turned it down. Some people were like, why would you turn it down? Because at the time when I got offered the deal, silver was at $30.50. $30.50. Does it mean it won't go higher and make it a deal? It doesn't mean that. But at the time, I said, you know what? I'm going to wait. He was sitting on 4 tubes of them, and I didn't want to deal with it. I mean, I said, no, I'll wait. And I may go back this weekend and not this weekend, this week, and see if the price came down or if the spot price went up. If the spot price went up a little bit, then that's great. Now, is $35 horrible? No, $35 for an Eagle is a decent deal. But once you start overspending, and silver is addicting, anybody that's a true stacker is probably overspending on silver to a certain point. I know I overspend on silver. I've spent money I don't even have yet because I know I'll have the money when the bill comes in. I don't always buy like other people. Some people, they buy and it instantly has to be paid. And that's one of the disadvantages of some companies. They don't take credit card, or they do and they have a huge fee. I look for companies that are willing to write off that fee because let's be honest, think about it. If you spend more on your silver, the company is just going to write off them credit card fees, which means it didn't come out of their pocket. So don't think for a minute that it did. Yeah, they had to pay it, but then they got a write off. They actually make more. If you look at it from a company's standpoint, this is my opinion, and anybody can correct me if they think I'm wrong. If I'm looking at buying an ounce of silver at $35, and they say it's $35, but it's $37 if you use a credit card, okay? The company is going to pay $2 regardless if you use a credit card. So $35, and they're end up taking a $2 hit on the credit card. That means they're really only getting $33 for that silver. But on the flip side, if you pay $37 and they pay $2, they're getting $35 for that silver. That's something that I'm looking for where I get the best bargain, and they need to look out for themselves. I've done videos on that where I've talked about, I'm not here to support a specific coin company. Some people, they'll put videos up and they'll recommend stuff. Even on Facebook, I've started seeing, hey, I do this and you should be supporting my business because it's local. And yeah, I agree with that. But right now, with times being tough, if you ain't got the money to be spending, you need to get what you can for your dollars. You need to stretch your dollars. You need to make your dollars go further. You need to find deals. How many of these companies do customer appreciation days? Not many of them. That they do a special deal. Now, I'm not going to say none of them, because I see even some big companies once in a while will say, you know what, this week we're going to add in, every order we get, we're going to add a Silver Eagle in for $33 or $32, almost at spot price. I like that kind of stuff when I see that, because that tells me, okay, if I can get this at spot, but I'm paying a little higher on this, it kind of washes, it averages out, so that's the kind of stuff that I look for. Taking a look through the comments. Please support my cat-owned business. Do you have a cat business? Is that why you call it the cat? Or let's see here, Gerald. What is the premium on 1/10 ounce gold? More than cost of an ounce of silver? No, thank you. Thank goodness, less than that. Yeah, I find a lot of good deals on the 1/10 ounce I look for right now. The price I'm looking for is anything under 290 is what I look for right now. For me to automatically want it right under 290. But those deals are getting harder and harder to find. And I'm not even really super picky. To a little lower if it's a Philharmonic, but here's the thing that a lot of people don't know. This time of the year, a lot of that type of stuff dries up. We're getting close to the wedding seasons for India, for China. We're getting to the end of the year where companies are starting to shut down the mints and trade out their dies and start getting ready for next year's coins. All these things are things that factor in to really the supply and demand, I guess you can say. So you're probably going to see like stuff like, excuse me, American Silver Eagles, Gold Eagles. You're going to see a lot of that stuff start drying up. You're going to see the prices start hiking. Anything under $50 is a good buy for American Silver Eagles. Okay, so Jason, I hear some people say that, but you need to be careful. Would you want to go out today and spend $45 for American Silver Eagles? Is it a good buy? I mean, it's going to go a whole lot higher. You don't want to overspend because, I mean, on one order, let's say you're picking up a tube of 20 Silver Eagles. Every dollar you can save, and that's something I get asked all the time. People are like, dude, why are you so cheap on buying? Like a dollar premium, a $2 premium, $3 premium is going to make a big difference down the road. It's not going to. The only thing is, every dollar I save today is a dollar that I can put to another ounce of silver. By doing that strategy, trying to save every penny I can on buying, it makes it to where I can stretch it a little bit more. I can increase my stack a little bit more. Let's see. EMO, what's up, buddy? Hope you're having a great day. Saying good morning. Chris in Virginia, how's it going, buddy? Hope you're having a great day. Katana Warrior, how's it going? 1/10 ounce gold mercury dime, accomplished my goal. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I actually had one of them at one time, and then someone got it from me. He's still got it, and he's fascinated by it because now it makes him look at the gold price all the time. He's constantly scanning that coin. He has asked me, why doesn't, when I say scan, it's one of these where you scan it. For those of you that don't know, I'm going to mention that real quick. I didn't do a plug on this yet, so I gotta do a quick mention. But real quick, I'll say with these numbers, you can scan them. The barcode, you can scan it, and it's going to tell you the price of what the coin is worth. Now, those prices are not as up to date as it doesn't change minute by minute like the gold and silver price. So I'll give you an example. If this was a gold eagle, which it's not, but if it was gold, you might see gold go up $50, but when you scan the coin, it doesn't go up $50 in price. However, this is more of a collectible, and collectibles don't really move as quick. But right now, we've got the gold and silver price moving, I'll say pretty volatile. It's having some good days up, some good days down. I mean, think about it. Last week, it was $30.20, something like that. There was opportunity. Now it just had a big jump. Now there's still opportunity. Don't think for a minute that because I said it like that, there's not opportunity. The only reason this coin is sitting here, though, for those of you that don't know, we are doing a membership event right now, where if you become a member for only $1.99, you can click that join button below. By becoming a member, every month you are entered into some sort of a special event. This month, we're giving this away. So you have a shot at winning that this month. We're doing an office pool. For those of you that don't know what an office pool is, it's basically 100 squares. We announce a football game, and you get to watch the football game. And if that score comes up, that's the score you got on your square. You win it. It's going to be a lot of fun. And on top of that, as a member, your comments go straight to my phone. Not on a live stream video, but your comments go straight to my phone on a regular video. And I don't do a lot of live stream videos. You guys know that about me. I'm not the only reason I did it this morning was because I had some personal stuff come up over the weekend, and I don't know what happened. Last night, I was so exhausted when I got home. I took a shower. I just sat down and I crashed out, and I didn't wake up until this morning. I said, I didn't make a video. And then at first I was sitting there. I was like, I said I probably wouldn't do a video one day this weekend. And then I said, you know what, just go live. I don't like leaving it empty. So we got 40 people watching right now, and we got 31 thumbs up. So if you can, take a quick minute, hit that little like button, that thumbs up button. It really helps out. And if you want to become a member, it's only $1.99 a month. It's super awesome. But if not, it's not for everybody. Not everybody is in the position where they can right now. I understand that. And I'm not going to push something on anybody. Let's see here. Getting back to the comments. I left off at please support my cat-owned business. Laugh out loud sounds much more rational than what I was implying. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking when I'd read it the first time. Let's see here. The Fish Keeper, how's it going? I am where I want to be on silver and gold. Now I buy what I like and numismatic. Yeah, a lot of people are there. I'll be honest, I am getting there, but I'm pushing for big numbers. But who knows how that will be. Let's see. I will stick with silver over gold until the ratio is more risky. And that, you can't go wrong with that. The silver to gold ratio is crazy. I mean, I looked it up the other day. I think it was still over 80, and I couldn't believe that. I was like, unbelievable. At some point, that is going to come crashing down. And when it does, that's it. Excuse me. But here's the thing to consider. The silver to gold ratio generally does not factor in premiums. So if companies start jumping their premiums on silver, that changes that ratio drastically. 85 to 1, I think, is the actual spot price divided by the spot price of spot price of silver divided by the spot price of gold. Or actually, I might have said that backwards. Spot price of gold divided by the spot price of silver. Once you realize that the premiums have such a big play, if companies are at a point where they're charging high premiums, then that drastically changes. Let's see here. I just spent $157 on a Slabbed real Trump coin. Wow. That means that must have been around. I'm surprised you paid $157. Whoo. Jason saying, yes, I would. Yeah, but Jason, the thing that I don't understand about that, back to the Silver Eagles, anything under 50, why wouldn't you just look around and try to find a cheaper Silver Eagle, Jason? I'm curious. If that's what you're saying on that. I might have misunderstood something there, possibly. Let's see here. That's why we have to educate them, cat. Not really sure what that meant. I want all junk silver that I can get. Yeah, I love junk silver now. I didn't like junk silver for the longest time. If my phone beeps, it's my other phone. I apologize, because I am using it to follow. So I used to save all junk silver early on, and I would kind of keep totals of it. And needless to say, I ended up accidentally, some of y'all that have been following the stream for a while might remember when I sold one of my houses, and I went to the bank with the check, and I said I wanted it all in $50. Some of these videos I've taken down because I was a little too public, and they're like, that's an $85,000 check. And I said, yep. And I said, I'd like it all in $50. And they go, that's like 170. I think it came out to, let's see, 85, 160, 170. Yeah, 170. That's 170 boxes of $50. They said, we can't do that. And I said, what can you do? She goes, the most we can do is 12 in a week. And that's $6,000. I said, okay, go ahead and order the $6,000. And then I did it every week for like 10 weeks. Only so I could do one big video and all them half dollars. And I was doing live streams. We were searching, and I did not an advertisement, a fundraiser, I guess you can say, for the channel to get the computer, the cameras, the setup. And I said that if you donated, like, I don't remember if it was like $100, we'd search a box of half dollars for you. And we ended up searching through all these half dollars. The best $half box that we had ever was 108 90% silver half dollars. That was insane. Worst boxes, none, obviously. But it was a lot of fun. And when I got rid of a lot of them half dollars, I accidentally cashed in. I mixed in some of my rolls of silver. How that happened, I have no idea. It was a devastating blow when I realized it, because it was a good amount. And so I was turned off by 90% silver for a little while. However, as time went on, I came back around to realizing, there's no way around it. 90% silver is going to do very well in the future. And if you have an opportunity to pick up 90% silver, it's good because people recognize it. They know that it's silver. They know that it's old. They know that it's a small amount. Therefore, it's easy to trade. It's easy to barter. There's a lot of opportunity with it. So that's the deal with that. Let me try to get caught up a little bit on the comments here. Let's see here. Boom. Okay, let's see. Try to get caught up here a little bit if I can. I'm started falling way behind. I know some people got turned off by that when I miss a comment. It's just comments coming so fast. I apologize. What is up, Samuel? How's it going? Gold Mercury dimes are one of my favorites. Yeah, I found one, a deal on one, and then one of my buddies liked it so much it was certified that he wanted it, and he made me a trade for it. I've been a member since day one. Yes, you have been, Steve. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, if you see a red star on someone's name, them are the longest members ever. So thank you so much for that. But anybody that's watching can become a member for only $1.99, and it eventually, before you know it, you're going to have a red star. But I'm thinking about changing something up a little bit. I've been on the fence of, as we grow the members more and more, I've thought about doing multiple giveaways for different brackets. So people that have maybe anybody over a member for a year will be eligible for one thing, and then anybody that's been a member for under a year will be eligible for something else. That's only $24 to have multiple chances to win. I mean, already at least a dozen chances. We've had people that have won a couple times in the first year. So, but we've only had memberships for like a little over a year now. Let's see. Come on, spell check. I'm in awesome. I don't even know how they pronounce that metal. I don't pay attention to much other metals than gold and silver. A little bit on copper and nickel. Leave those gold mercury dimes alone. Somebody said Tsquare isn't going to even let us. Yeah, there you go. Couldn't get it off my lips because haven't really read up on it at all. Let's see. I paid $330 for 1/10. So $330 is not bad. I see people every day buying them for $320. So 330 is not bad. You'll have no trouble getting that. Especially if you're 1/10 ounce mercury dime. That's a collectible coin. That makes a big difference too. Hopefully it was certified. That would be even cooler if it was certified. I've started picking up more certified coins on the small gold ones. And the reason why is it's getting very difficult for me to find 1/10 ounce gold coins at fair prices, but I can still find certified 1/10 ounce gold coins around another $20, $30 over. In a case like that, if it's a nice coin, I would just rather pay the $20 over and have it in plastic encased. I'm going to have to get the pronunciation on how they pronounce that metal. Let's see, and it just keeps coming up. I only have 1 ounce maples in gold. Nice. Yeah, you can't beat 1 ounce gold maple leafs. I have some. For a while I wanted to get every gold coin. Not every one, but like one specimen of each one. Whether that the date didn't matter. Not every date, but like one eagle, one maple, one Krugerrand, one. If you start going back in time, that would also mean one American Gold Eagle, one $20 Gold Eagle, one all the way back. And I started realizing that some of these countries change their gold coins a little too rapidly, like the what was it? The sovereign, gold sovereigns. There's a lot of different ones, and then if you're going to try to get the different sizes, that can make a big difference too. So I've given up on that gold. Now the gold that I buy has to be an even amount, and I say even amount. I shouldn't say that because technically a quarter sovereign is 0.2353, I think. And so 0.23 is not 0.25. So I try to stick though to nice even round numbers. And the reason I do that is when I started really working silver and gold with my son and teaching him more and more about it, he was focused on his bottom line. And the bottom line is good to focus on. He'd always tell me, okay, so I got $500 worth. I got $700 worth. I got $1,000 worth. And he was young at the time. And he's still fairly young, but I mean, he's classified as an adult now, but he'll always be my baby. Needless to say, I explained to him when we saw that big silver jump, when it went from 22 at the beginning of the year to 30 now, and he still had the same number, I couldn't understand how that was. He was giving his value of his collection based off what he bought it for. And then I explained to him, you need to know how many ounces you got, because from there you can do the math easier. If just because you put $1,000 into it a year ago doesn't mean it's worth $1,000 now. It's actually worth more now. So you're missing all your profits when you give your total value. So I said, start counting your collection in ounces. And when you do that, you'll realize that it's a whole lot quicker. If you know you have 150 ounces or 100 ounces, boom, 100 ounces, spot price is $31. Boom, you got $3,100. You can calculate it quick, know how many ounces you have. Do I follow that? No. I've got my ounces in 3 different spots because security. And so, yeah, I've gotten bad about keeping track. A lot of times I will pick up stuff and open it, sometimes open it live on camera and then go drop it off. I get asked sometimes, have you slowed down on buying because I'm not doing as many package openings lately. I have slowed down a little bit on buying only because the way I buy, I pay with a credit card. And by paying with a credit card, it means I can spend money 2 months out and have to pay for it in 2 months, but I get my silver and gold now. Well, what that does is that makes it to where I push myself to spend even more. And I'm not saying it's recommended. Some people don't recommend charging silver or whatever. I understand that. But you know what? It's a strategy that has worked for me because 2 months out, who knows what's going to happen. And here's the thing people don't realize. When silver and gold really starts spiking, demand really picks up, you think you're going to be able to find good quality items? I don't think you will. I think it's going to get harder. I think you're going to have more panic. You're going to have more worry. Darn, during 2011, people were waiting weeks and weeks and weeks. People were getting upset because they're like, why is there a 4-week wait on my metal? It doesn't take 4 weeks to send it. Because they didn't have it. They couldn't get it. Everything was being outsourced. They couldn't get the precious metals. They were working round the clock trying to, but they just couldn't. You think that panic's not going to set in when we start rolling up in price again? There's more people stacking than ever before. When silver hit $50, I mean, think about how many people were stacking then versus today. That means the next run, it's only going to hit more. And here's the thing. People have essentially access to more money because there's more money in the system. Let's see here. Getting back to the comments, I keep getting pulled off. Let's see here. I'm looking for a good play either where I left. Oh, okay, so I'm not that far back. Junk is what's up. Smaller increments backed by government, legal tender. Absolutely. A lot of people like junk silver. That's the way to go. But I like both. I stack a lot of my weight is in 1 ounce rounds. But yeah, junk silver is awesome. Let's see, 1 ounce silver American flag with colored would be nice. Nice price. Yeah, those are pretty. I don't have any, I don't have a single colored ounce of silver that I know of. Unless you count the Eagles where they hand painted them, I guess. But I picked that up really cheap because people view a painted silver eagle as essentially a low premium coin because they say they ruin the coin. Here's the thing. There's so many eagles out there now that I wouldn't say you could ruin an eagle like that. Excuse me. And nail polish remover would actually take it. The coin ain't going to come back a 70 if you use nail polish remover on there, but it's not like the coin's ruined because it has a nice paint job on it. How much is a gram? Oh my word. I don't even know on that stuff. Cinnamon? I don't even know how they pronounce that. Let's see here. A $500 face in quarters and dimes. Yeah, if you can build up, I would have to say that's my goal for that. My goal is $250 in dimes, $500 in quarters, $500 in halves. That's my long-term goal. Someday $500 in Morgans and $500 in piece dollars, but there again, those coins are really hard to find. I rarely see Morgans anymore. And it's bumming because when I first started collecting, I could find them all over. I've turned down Carson Cities for $100 each. And I wished I had the foresight about collectibles, but I didn't. I was only looking at ounce count. And so to this day, I don't have a ton of high-end collectibles, but I have a good amount of ounces. Let's see, scrolling through. Work for the dollar. That's a tongue twister. Excuse me. Work for the dirty dollar. And how did now I lost the end of that. Did I lose that comment, darn it? I did. Oh, there it is. Well, off to work for the dirty dollar to turn it into the shine. Absolutely. You have a great day, too. Let's see. Scrolling through. If diamonds were a girl's best friend, now the smart ladies will be deep in it. I suspect from its response, if that is common, that India will strike up this asset. Let's see, scrolling through. You got enough for the whole family, Steve. Yeah, that's something, that's an interesting comment, Steve. You got enough for the whole family. I don't know if what y'all were talking about. However, I got to say, when it comes to silver, you have to understand, you can tell all your family about it, and a lot of them will laugh at you and not get into it. And so you've got to kind of have the foresight for them, too. To each his own. Steve, by paying with a credit card, you have to record a record of what you're holding. Cash is king. Okay, so Steve, on that note, you're absolutely right. That's why a lot of people don't want to pay with a credit card. But the same thing can be said even with a check. If you pay by check and you're buying from an online dealer, that can be recorded too, because companies have records of what you bought. And I know that because I needed a receipt one time for something that I had bought and I couldn't find it. And the company ended up emailing me the receipt. So they have a record of everything you ever bought. However, I don't know where it went. I bought it. I needed money. I sold it. Well, did you record a profit? I didn't record a profit because I didn't make money. I bought it at, we'll say, $30, and look what happened. The spot price went down here. I took it in and sold it on that day, roughly, sometime in that area. And the price had went down, so there was no profit to be made. It would be hard. They can't beat down. I'm not convinced they can come beat down your door. And it's not a bad thing. I'm not saying it in a negative way, because you are 100% right. You buy anything with a credit card, there's a record that you bought it. But you're not doing anything wrong when you buy silver. And let me put it, I will give mine up. Probably I will end up giving up my soul. Some might take that the wrong way. I'm not giving up my stuff when they come knocking. I started to say something, but I shouldn't say it like that, because someone might take it as like anti-religion or something. I don't know. I had one of my friends, he told me his pew-pews will leave his house before his soul will. I'm sorry, his soul will leave his house before his pew-pews will. And you know what he's implying when he says that. And so I started to say kind of that, but I was like, oh, that doesn't sound right. Someone might take that the wrong way. Let's see here. What is up, Jack? How's it going? Thank you so much for becoming a member, John. I appreciate it. John Jack in the room. Just became a member just the other day, so thank you so much for that. I don't normally go live. Today, I just had a bunch of stuff going on over the weekend, and last night when I got home, I was so exhausted, I fell asleep, and I didn't even mean to. I literally got out of the shower, sat down, and just crashed out. So that was pretty much it. I didn't have a video today, so I said, I'm just going to go live, say hi to people, answer a few questions, see what people have to say. 1% back on everything. Yes, that's one of the reasons, Stefan, that I do like credit cards, because I get 1% back, and then sometimes my Discover card will do 5% back on PayPal or Amazon or whatever. And in a lot of cases, you can reroute your bill to go through one of those sources. And if that happens, that's a big opportunity. I missed the Walmart one. Walmart did 5% cash back at one point. And here's the thing. AppMax has a Walmart store, or Walmart has an AppMax store, however you want to put it. AppMax does sell silver on the Walmart webpage. So it gives you an opportunity. Now, yeah, there's a record of it, but on the flip side of the record, there's also 5% cash back. 5% for a lot of people doesn't seem like much, I'll be honest. But 5% when you're dealing in gold and silver is huge. I mean, think about it. An ounce of gold, 5% back on an ounce of gold at, $2,600. That's pretty good. That's 26 times 5. You're talking, what, 130? If I did the math right. Yeah, 130. So that's a nice little kickback. That's like buying an ounce of gold and getting 3 more ounces of silver for free. Let's see. Scrolling through. Comments moving a little quick here. Let's see. In a non-SHTF situation, what do you think about Slabbed silver dollars? Morgan, seeded. So I think even in a non-SHTF scenario, so that means meaning, okay, so I think unfortunately collectibles will continue to go higher. And I say unfortunately because I'm not a big collectible person, but yeah, collectibles are continuing to go higher in price because they're printing more and more money. And as more and more money gets printed, that money has to go somewhere. It drives prices of stuff up. People that have a lot of money like collectibles. People that are in situations where they're comfortable, they like collectibles. In a straight up SHTF scenario, it doesn't matter. I mean, this right here and this right here, they're going to look at that the same. And it doesn't even, I hate moving stuff close because it messes with my camera. So you have to understand that part of it. When stuff happens, people are going to realize this is just a piece of plastic. It's the silver inside that makes a difference. Once you realize that, you understand. But here's the thing. Yeah, if nothing bad happens, price is just going to keep going up. I mean, all those Carson Cities that I've turned down over the years of stacking, I am kicking myself in the butt for. I used to be able to pick up certified Carson Cities for $100. You ain't touching it now. In fact, I don't even see them anymore, so I can't even say that. Let's see here. But any silver is good. Get some silver under your belts. And please take a quick minute, hit that thumbs up button if you're jumping in the room. I really do appreciate it. Let's see. Chris in Virginia, how's it going? Hope you're having a great day. Scrolling through, let's see. I'm not playing with full myself and working on a collaboration with them. A project to earn BTC plus residual direct added to your debit card. I'm not a slab guy. Somebody said 1% back. Yeah, I like the cash back, absolutely. Crypto wallet and SA card. So I've heard of that stuff. Now they actually have a card. I haven't really read too much about it, but now they have a card where you put in money and you buy gold or silver. They hold it for you, and you get to go and spend it, and it's basically like the balance on your card going up and down as you spend it. That's pretty cool. And the ounces can go up in price while they're sitting there, so you make out different ways. It's kind of cool, but I don't really know if it's as great because I haven't read all the fine print. Let's see. It is a big time now. I hope just stack when it is affordable. Yeah, I think you need to pick up deals where you can when you can. Unless you're new to stacking and you don't have much. If you don't have a good size stack already, then you need to be getting some silver under your belts. But like I said, if you already have a good stack, you need to start looking for the deals. You know, any opportunities you get. I find deals all the time, so you can find them. Let's see, 10 years ago, 5% add-on is still 5%. But just think, if you had not purchased it, that $70, sure, is $70, but could have been a 42-inch TV that now occupies the landfill. Absolutely. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of junk. I actually was talking to someone yesterday because she wanted to sell something, and she said nobody wanted to buy it. I couldn't understand. You know, I even was willing to go down to like $10. I said, what is it for? And she goes, oh, it's decoration. You just put stuff in it. And I said, yeah, people that are, if you're out flea marketing and yard selling and that type of stuff, you're looking for opportunity. And they're not really looking for landfill stuff, unfortunately. So yeah, you got to watch what you're spending money on. And here's the thing: you buy an ounce of silver today, or you buy some, I don't know, dumb thing. I'm gonna say. Tomorrow, that dumb thing will be outdated, but that silver is still gonna have value. That's what's beautiful about gold and silver. It's gonna retain its value, and a lot of people just don't see that. Let's see. So I'm about ready to wrap up here. Let's see. I'll send you an email, Tsquare. Oh, yes. Send me the email. I love your emails. UPMA. I have one, and I'm a merchant. No, I'll have to look that up. UPMA, I guess what they call it. I didn't know that. Let's see. My bad. Tsquare ounce. Oh. Ounce minium. Ounce me. Oh, you were pronouncing it for me. Usminium is, I think, how you pronounce that. Let's see. QR code to explain much more, T. Yeah, I don't have the ability to scan QR codes or click on links. So if you send me an email with a link, I'm not able to do that. I have a different type of security protocol on my stuff. So And that goes for everybody. People need to be careful when they click on links or when they click on any kind of QR codes. Now, whenever you click a link, the link can be set up for different stuff. I used to do security I was in IT for the military. Um, you need to be careful when you click on stuff. You never know what could open. I could just call it a Trojan horse. That would be the easiest way to explain it, but it doesn't really explain anything. But when you click on stuff, sometimes it can take you just to an app like an eBay or a YouTube. But on the flip side, it can also take you to a page where it's set up to download your information and you're not even realizing what's going on. Unfortunately, that happens more often now. So I have it set up to where I can't even accidentally do it. Let's see here. You have a good day too, Gerald. I appreciate you stopping in, buddy. I'm about ready to wrap up anyway. What do you recommend silver to gold ratio on stacking? So I don't have a specific amount. I try to shop deals. I would think you want a whole lot more silver than gold. I've seen some people, they say 1-to-1, and I'm like, what? Uh, you know, I would try to get more silver, especially depending on how much you have in your stack. And I don't like to ask that. Um, if you don't have at least 500 ounces of silver, I would keep working at that personally before I bought any gold. Now, that doesn't mean your collection should be 500 ounces to one. It just means if I were you, I would want to get 500 physical ounces of silver put away for long term. How much does that cost? You're talking $15,000. But you don't do it overnight. It's not done overnight. It sounds like a lot to some people that might be newer to stacking, but I might do a video on that too. In fact, I'm going to write that down. I get asked that question quite a bit. I'm looking for something to write it on so I can actually talk about that. Silver to gold on hand, I'm going to call it. I'm actually just writing. Is there a specific amount? I tell people, my honest opinion, you need to get 500 ounces of silver in your possession. Once you have that, then from there, just pick up deals, some silver here, some gold there. You're going to see silver, I believe, skyrocket in price at some point. By skyrocket, I don't mean $10,000. I mean, you're going to see silver go to $50 easy. And I don't mean 20 years down the road. You're going to see silver hit 50 again, probably within the next year or two. Easy. And you're going to see gold keep inching up slowly. But dollar percentage ratio, you're going to have a bigger return on silver because more people can afford it. And do I use the word it's going to go to the moon? Yes, I do. But it doesn't mean physically go to the moon. It doesn't mean we're going to see $5,000, $10,000 silver. Is any of that possible? I mean, it's possible, but it would require a lot of things to happen, like the dollar to become worthless. And if that happens, you're probably not going to be happy. That's my opinion on that, because I don't want to see my military retirement go away. Some people don't want to see their Social Security go away. Some people don't want to see anything collapse, obviously. Is this for noobs? Yeah, if you want to say that. I mean, some people in the room are new, and some people have been stacking for a while. We're not all big traders. I'm just kidding. Nice little play on the name, big trader. But yeah, today it's more of just didn't plan a video, and so I wanted to go live. If you're brand new to the channel and you want, please take a quick minute, hit that subscribe button. It does help out the channel. Hit that thumbs up button. It helps out. If you want to do the ultimate, you can become a member. It's $1.99 to become a member. Every month, though, we do some sort of special event live, and we give away a really cool prize. This month for October, we're giving away this. If I can get the light just right to hit it. We're giving away this 1987 San Francisco MS69. If you scan that barcode number, it is a $250 coin. It's only $1.99 to become a member. So it is really cool to have an opportunity to win that. It's a steal. I got a great deal. A company made me a deal on 20 of them. And so I've given them away over the years, and I still got some more. And so I said, I'll do a giveaway this month for that. Is it a giveaway? It's a giveaway for members. It's a free members event. For those of you that don't know, it's a football pool event, and you basically will get given a number. We're not going to fill in the numbers of the squares until after all 100 boxes are filled. Someone did just become a member. Michael, thank you so much, Michael. I appreciate you becoming a member. It's well worth it. If you end up winning that, we started this when we first started, not to go back in time, but we've only been doing memberships for a year now. And literally at first we only had 5 members at $1.99, and people are like, dude, I just won an ounce of silver for $1.99 with a 1 in 5 chance. So opportunities are there. We're fairly new to channel membership because I didn't want to do it. And YouTube, I'm in a YouTube Academy, so you basically taking the YouTube classes, you try to learn stuff each week, and YouTube tells you what to do, like ask people to hit the thumbs up button, ask people to become a member. I don't like memberships. I don't like joining them, and I don't like asking people to join them because people's financial situations are all different. However, they said it's a way that your fans can support your channel for $1.99 or whatever. Some people do 99, some people do $1.99, some people do $9.99. I chose the $1.99 number because $1.99 in this day can barely buy a cup of coffee. I shouldn't say that. I guess if you're making it at home, you definitely can. But if you go out for a cup of coffee, I mean, you're looking at like $2. So I chose that number, and because I want to every month give away a cool prize. At some point, we're going to be getting into where we're giving away 1/10 ounce gold coins. Why? Because I occasionally can pick them up at $300. I'm hoping eventually we have enough members that it will pay itself. The objective for the membership is not really to make money. Because obviously with that coin being a $250 coin and YouTube taking 50% of the membership price, I don't really make that much like people think. So, but it is pretty cool. And it's something that builds a base. When people become a member, they tend to always be there. They're usually, when I look, one, as a member, two, your comments go straight to my phone. So that's kind of a cool feature. So I never miss a member's comment. Now, some days I am super busy and I don't have time to reply right that minute. And then usually in the evening, the first thing I do is check the comments from members, reply back to them, and then I will go through and try to catch some other comments and try to catch them all. I'm really big on replying, though, to comments. I try to be, because it's important to me kind of to have a one-on-one with you. I'm single. I live alone. My life is investing, and I've thought about changing that a little bit, and now I really enjoy the YouTube because you guys are like a second family to me. My son's all grown up, in college, has his own life. Some of y'all remember my son when I used to do my more public videos, I guess you can call it, where I wasn't as secretive as I am. I've had some strange things happen to me over the years, and I kept being passive about it and just think it's a one-off basis. But I'm not public about YouTube in my personal life. I don't tell people anymore that I do YouTube videos in general because some people laugh at that. Dude, you're 40-something years old and you're making YouTube videos? I thought that was just for kids. I actually heard people say that to me, and I'm like, yeah, it is, but it's enjoyable, and I like doing it, and I like the people, and I like helping people. The road trip videos, yes, Chris, you remember them. Did a road trip hunting coins and antiques from Maine to California, although made it to Las Vegas and then something happened and I had to double back down to Texas instead. So the trip on that one got canceled. My son is wanting to go to Japan because my son now has a online vintage clothes store, I guess you can call it. He picks up antique clothes, vintage, just clothing. And clothing is something funny because people love antiques. People love anything old. They love vintage. But when they go to a yard sale and they see nothing but clothes, they are quick to move on. And there's a lot of money in clothes. And I've tried getting him to maybe do some videos and talk about it, but he doesn't necessarily want to share the secrets. He understands that it's I guess I don't want to say a low-key business. It's a high profitable business, I can tell you that. I've seen him pick up shirts for a couple of bucks and turn around and flip them for $100 easy, a couple $100. So there's a lot of money in that stuff. So jumping back to that, thank you so much, Michael, for becoming a member, and good luck. Hopefully you're going to win that coin. As soon as we fill up the squares, we don't have a whole lot of squares left. We're going to end up announcing, we're going to go live. We're going to pick the numbers. We're going to pick the teams. We're going to do it using random pickers. Someone said reselling toys are good. Yeah. So that just came up. Don't think that I missed a comment behind that. I'm gonna go back and read it. But yeah, toys, antique toys can be good. In fact, had a yard sale not too long ago, and I had all of my son's old toys. We're only talking 20 years old. And people were picking that stuff up. They were going through it, looking through it, and then someone said, "How much for all of it?" And I just said, "Give me $5." I am trying to clean out my stuff because I do want to get more into traveling. I want to go overseas. I've always wanted to go to places like Silver City in Mexico, where the whole town, literally the people survive on mining silver. They accept silver as money. So that's kind of cool idea to go there. Let's see. They take half for your efforts. Yeah, it's crazy that they take such a big commission. But it is what it is. I mean, I don't have to do anything for it. If someone becomes a member, then they become a member and it tracks it for me. It gives me a list. Because there are people that, I don't know why, but it seems to me like when the big prizes come out, they definitely want to be a member. And so when that prize gets given away, they might drop their membership and then try to get back in before the new one. But in some cases, they don't make the cutoff for the new one. Because like the cutoff for this membership one, 100 members. Once I hit 100 members, that's it. If you're the 101 members, you don't get you don't get in this month. You miss out. And that's because I've already got the plan on how I do it. Before it was 75 members on the bingo ball. Now it's 100 members using an office pool square board for a football game. I don't know what I can do that will be after 100. That's not going to be some insane number yet, but I'll get there, figure that out when I get to that road. Keep it. You'll get big like Yankee. I watched him when he had 100 subs. No way. So I actually had someone tell me he knew who Yankee was. And I said, what? Because this is a friend of mine. And he's also a member of the channel. But he said he watched Yankee when Yankee showed himself. And if you followed my videos, I used to show myself on all my videos. Now, I've pulled a lot of my videos of me. And only because I've had some strange things happen, like people essentially come to my house, ask me questions. I'm like, I'm a little too public, I think. So, and then I had someone reach out to me the other day, not the other day, probably about a month and a half ago, and he couldn't believe that he knew who I was. And he's like, but I was like, and he found a lot of information out about me. And he's the one that actually brought some of these security protocols to my attention. And he's actually, ironically, he also had a YouTube channel. He was big involved in the melting, like Metals Mafia, that type of stuff. If you remember that, if you're into, the only reason you would know what that is if you melt metal, or you follow that type of stuff where they melt silver, they melt gold into nice pours, beautiful stuff. But I was super lucky in a way that he did that, because it brought a lot of stuff to my attention. Let's see here. I closed down a cleaners and had almost 100 wedding dresses. Oh my word. Wow, that's crazy. Let's see here. I think a great long-term silver hold is the Lunar Perth Dragons with the Queen. Absolutely. That is a beautiful coin. 70-year Jubilee. Let's see. Commander coins are good as well. So yeah, Perth Mint, I'll be honest, I love the Perth Mint coins. They come in capsules. They're beautiful coins. They do a great job. Just really nice overall designs, nice work. The fact that the coins come out different coins every month. Great examples of this is the Kookaburras, the Lunar Series. What were some of the other ones that I really like? There's a bunch of them that are really cool, and people like them. They tend to flip really well. They tend to trade really well. Let's see, Chris in Virginia. It took a month to sell dresses, and it was kind of weird for me to try. But most all sold. Nice. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you got to step out of your comfort zone a little bit. So I'll be honest, so I told you guys earlier, my son does vintage clothing. And one of the things with the vintage clothing, he mostly does male vintage clothing. I went to a show that he did, and he did a show where he brought out like 5 different racks of clothing, each rack holding, 50, 60, 70 shirts. And when I walked around, I seen a lot of guys that were doing it. And there was one booth that was, trying to remember the name, Resurrection was the name of it. And it was all girls. And I happened to look and see what they had. And they had an amazing business. It was all vintage girls' clothing. And they had style. And it was all girls that were running the show. I couldn't believe it. And they were the only booth that I seen there at the show that had vintage clothes that were females. And so they made a ton, because, I mean, vintage clothes, if you like vintage and you're a female, and there's not much competition, so there's a lot of room for females to get into that. So yeah, I can imagine if you had all them dresses and you're a guy trying to sell them. At one point, I almost got into selling jewelry for a jewelry company. And it was early on when I was doing YouTube, and someone knew that I did different stuff, and they said, your personality used to sell jewelry. I can't remember the name of the company. I think it was called Paparazzi. And their jewelry was pretty, and it was inexpensive. And I talked to a lot of females, and so they had said, you should consider selling it. You're a guy. Girls like to hear what guys have to say. So let's see here. So yeah, there's a lot of opportunity to make money on different things. I watched too many people spending thousands of dollars on memberships. Yeah. I totally understand that. One, memberships probably aren't for everybody. And 2, people tend to membership too much. I know one person that has memberships in probably 20 or 30 different things. So, who knows? Let's see. I made everything private because I saw fishy stuff happening. Yeah, that stuff can happen, especially in the crypto market. Crypto stuff has a lot of scammers. Yeah, Crypto, there you go. You said it right there. Crypto stuff has a lot of scammers. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on in the crypto market because it's too easy. It's not as easy to take someone's gold coins or silver coins. So that something investing in something like that versus something that's digital and you don't know nothing about. I got into some. Well, I don't know if you guys know what BitConnect is. I put $500 in BitConnect after I watched multiple YouTube channels that had been investing in it. I start following it. I followed it for almost a year. While all these guys are doubling their money every month, I sat there and I said, there's no way that you can double your investment month after month after month. And every 30 days, and I'm like, what the heck? And I'm just seeing the money just racking up. After about a year of following it, I said, what did I do? How did I miss this? And I ended up putting $500 in. And at first I wanted to put $5,000 in. But I said, nah, I'm going to put 500 in. And as soon as it doubles, I'm going to take my initial 500 out. And once I take that 500 out, I'm going to leave the rest in and just let it keep doubling forever and never touch it, never look back. Had to wait a month. At 27 days, the company went under. And I was like, what? I couldn't believe it. So that, there is a lot of scams out there when it comes to crypto. And if you don't know the ins and the outs of the crypto, I would be very cautious getting in on it. I just sent you an email from Law Dog. Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I do love your emails. A lot of good insight in them. And sometimes I even share them, the knowledge that I get from them. So I really do like them. A lot of good prepping information. John! Oh my word, John Mastrom. How's it going, buddy? I have not seen you in forever. Shoot me an email, John. I sent you an email, but I was like, I didn't know what had ever happened to you. I'm not going to lie. I kind of had unfortunately assumed the worst. It's so awesome to see you in the chat. John has been a long-time friend. I actually met John in person when I went up his way. So that was pretty cool. I do travel a lot, for those of you guys that don't know, that may be new to the channel. I actually drove up there. It was a while ago. I don't want to say the city. I know this actually, ironically, there's two people in the room from that area. So I don't know if I want to say the city. If John wants to say what city he's in, just the city, then he can, or the state. Because I can see literally right now. I know, like, some of y'all I know personally, that you've met me, and if you email me, eventually if I'm in your area, I could end up just shooting you an email and say, hey, I'm in that city, you want to meet up for coffee somewhere. John was nice enough. He's like, hey, you can come on over. Super nice person. Let's see. And man, I wish I had seen that a little sooner, John, because now I don't know if you're still in the room or if you just popped in for a minute. Let's see. Got some kilos because they were very low mintage. Yeah, low mintage stuff. People like collectibles. But there again, as if they keep printing money the way they're printing it, collectibles will continue to go up. Houston, there you go. So John said it. He's in Houston. The last time I drove up to Houston, I actually stopped in to see John and met him personally. And there's another person in the room, I'm not going to say who it is, that's not super far from there. Probably, I would say, about a 2 hour, maybe an hour and a half drive from Houston. Let's see. So yeah, collectible stuff keeps... In fact, if you want to say a city you're in, and you don't have to say your specific town. You can say, hey, I'm watching from... I don't know, Augusta, Maine. I'm watching from Portland, Seattle, Washington, Portland, Washington, Seattle, Washington, whatever. Let's see, scrolling through the comments. So I don't always go live in the morning. This was a fluke because I had some crazy stuff happen. Pittsburgh in the room, Houston in the room. Yeah, I had some crazy stuff happen this weekend. And last night when I got home, I literally took a shower and sat down just to relax for a few minutes, close my eyes, and woke up this morning and said, oh my word, I didn't do a video. And so I decided to go live this morning. And I figured, you know what, a lot of people watch the videos anyway because I post every morning now at 6:02. And someone might say, why 6:02? Because that just, the first video, that program came up at 6:02. And then from there, I just set YouTube, just keep doing it every day at that time. I found that that worked for me. Let's see. So, yeah, you have to pay a VAT tax. In some places, yeah, you got to pay a huge tax on gold and silver, which is crazy because you shouldn't have to pay that, in my opinion, on gold and silver. Gold and silver should be tax-free. Unfortunately, it's not in some places, unless you're doing stuff, you know, low-key, I guess you could say. 20% on new silver, not pre-owned. That to me is crazy. King Charles is greedy. Yeah, 20%, but I wonder, I'm sure it happens. A buddy tells a buddy, hey, yeah, I got a couple ounces of silver. I need some money this month. I'll tell you what, I'll give it to you at that price. And really, this sounds dirty. I'm going to say this for a minute. It sounds bad. It sounds dirty. I've seen it done. But what some people will do is go into an area where there's taxes on gold and silver, and they know an ounce of gold is $2,600 plus an 8% sales tax. They'll do the math. They'll add that together. Now the competition has to sell their gold for what, 26 and 8%? You're talking 80 and 80 is 160, 160 and 40. You're talking 200. That's going to put $2,600 silver at roughly $2,800 silver. They can come into an area and say, I'll tell you what, I'll sell this to you for cash at $2,750. Then they can go back to the area and buy it back at $2,650, and they can make a nice little profit right there. Is it dirty? Absolutely, but King Charles is dirty too. Let's see here. So, yeah, it is what it is. Let's see. I'm 23-year-old, newish to the hobby. I've been doing a lot of research. What advice would you have for a guy like me? So I can't give you financial advice. That's the first thing I got to say. I'm not a licensed financial advisor. My opinion is start stacking ounces. Start stacking silver. Look around. Number one thing I can say is shop around. Don't go with the first one. If you hear a YouTuber say, I buy from so-and-so and you should too, look around. Take the time to look around. Just because your favorite YouTuber might buy from a specific company doesn't mean you have to, and it doesn't mean it's the best deal. YouTubers, we do get paid to recommend companies. We don't always say that. I don't do anything. I don't recommend anybody. I recommend you shop around. I recommend you look around for the lowest prices. I recommend that you try to buy your silver as close to the spot price as you can. And if that means this month you have to buy 90% silver dimes, then you buy 90% silver dimes. If that means someone gets a bunch of beat up silver rounds and they're willing to sell it to you for spot price, you take them. Especially if you're new to stacking, because you don't have the ounces that some of these other guys have that have been stacking for a long time. So I'll give you a nice scenario. You take something like this, which is a collectible coin. I'm sorry, every time I move stuff around, it takes a minute for the camera to focus as I move it. So you take something like this, it costs more money, you're paying more, it comes with the glitz and glamour, but the truth of the matter is, that's not going to help you. It's nice. You need to get ounces under your belt. And I think I'm going to do a video on this because someone else in the comments said earlier today, what do you recommend for gold to silver on new stackers? Start accumulating silver. Start getting ounces. Get it as cheap as you can. Look at the spot price every day. Every day when I wake up, even this morning, I woke up literally 20 minutes before I started this live stream. And the first thing I did in the live stream, I grabbed a quick drink of water and a little bit of carrot salad for breakfast real quick, and then I went live. And then once I went live, I checked the spot price on silver, the spot price on gold. I checked the spot price on oil, what was going on, what the hot items are this week, that type of stuff. It's important that you try to get your silver as close to spot as you can. If you told me I've been stacking for a while, I've got 500 ounces, I've got 1,000 ounces, whatever, I would say, okay, you have the ability to pick and choose what you like. Excuse me. You, on the other hand, are new to stacking. You don't have necessarily a ton of time. I don't mean lifetime. I mean, price of silver is working its way up. It's going higher. And the only thing holding it down right now is the strengthening of the US dollar. They are making the dollar look strong because we are up against the BRICS. People that don't believe that we're at war, I hate to use that word, we are. We are. It's a financial one, though, right now. And people are trying to take out the dollar because the dollar is our Achilles heel. You're not going to beat us on a military front. Some people might disagree, maybe. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, we're the greatest country in the world. No. We are probably the strongest one in the world, I think, for military. But let's be honest. We have that ability because countries give us their money. They give us their resources, and they take our paper dollars. So physically, they're not going to beat us. But financially, we are the most indebted country in the world. Where we are strong with military, we are weak financially. I mean, I would say a 15-year-old could probably balance their checkbook better than our U.S. government. Why? All we do is overspend. And there's no end in sight. And they don't have a plan to even get out of it. And there's no one to guide them. Who's guiding them? Janet Yellen? Janet Yellen used to work for the Fed. She was with a private bank. The Federal Reserve is not federal. They are a private bank. You know, Jerome Powell, I mean, him who says, well, yeah, gold and silver, it's more of a relic. It's not really money. It's a relic. Well, why do you buy it? Oh, we buy it because it's tradition. Come on. You expect us to believe that? That's why the old saying goes, you follow the old sayings. Think about what the old timers used to say. He who has the gold makes the rules. That's a true statement. But it don't mean paper. I've heard people, oh, no, what happened? I don't know what just happened. I don't know if I lost connection or what for a minute. I don't know what happened. So I was just saying, he who has the gold makes the rules. That's one of the old slogans that the old timers used to say. But people associated with dollars. My dad used to show me a wad of cash when I was young and tell me to do something. And then he'd pull out his wad of cash, maybe give me a 20 and say, see, he who has the gold makes the rules. He didn't have any gold. In fact, he didn't learn about gold until I showed him. And probably like 4 years before he passed away was when he got his first gold coin. And people just don't understand gold and they don't understand silver. Another good rule of thumb is, what was the other one? There was another slogan. It'll come to me in a minute. But, you know, you have to understand these old slogans made sense. And let's check the comments and then maybe it will come back to me. I apologize if I missed some comments. I'm kind of having to jump around. I was getting caught up and then I kind of lost it a little bit there. Let's see, Jack, you're right. Stack generic. Yeah, stack as close to spot as possible. Generic is a good place to start too. Big Trader just said that. Generic, you can't really go wrong. Let's see. Get a small scale and a pinger and hit garage sales and estate sales. Yeah, you can get some really good deals at estate sales. I ended up having to buy a Sigma. I went to an estate sale and they had solid gold coins there, but they were foreign gold coins. You know, your sovereigns and this and that. And on Sunday, the last day, they still had them and they went 50% off. And here's the thing. Yeah, they were a little high at first, even for what they claimed it to be. like a sovereign right now. Let's say you have a 1 ounce sovereign, hypothetically. I don't know. I'm not big into foreign gold necessarily. I shouldn't say that. I'm not big into old vintage foreign gold. I don't care now because I have a scale, I have a Sigma, I have more stuff at my disposal. But when they half off that gold, I wanted it, but I was scared because I said, who marks gold half price like it's nothing? You know, it's not an old shirt. It's not an old pair of jeans. I mean, it didn't make sense. And so I didn't buy it. And that was a huge mistake for me. If I had a Sigma like I do now, and I take my Sigma almost everywhere I go, then I will scan it. And if I scan it and it comes back gold, then I'm good. And I'll be honest, there's a lot of counterfeits out there. However, counterfeits are interesting in a way because they either can beat the Sigma or they can beat the weight and ping test. And generally, more people have the weight and ping test, which means they can't beat the Sigma. If they make them to beat the Sigma, then more people will realize it. They're going after the majority, and the majority of people don't have a Sigma. Is a Sigma the only way? No. There's a lot of fakes that both will catch. A magnet. Before, when I first started this, I would ping it you can get a professional ping tester, or you can just learn how to ping it yourself through just videos. The second thing that I would use is the weight, which is very good. The first thing I would always do is a magnet. Get yourself one of those earth magnets and just run it over it. If it sticks, it ain't gold and it ain't silver instantly. That's the easiest way to cross out stuff. But it tells you that it ain't gold, it ain't silver. But here's the thing, if it doesn't stick, that's a good sign. You've crossed out half the periodic table, but you still have potential of nickel, brass, that type of stuff. So you need to be watchful on that. Let's see. Kelpers. Yeah, so kelpers are what people, I'm not even sure if calipers. I'm not sure if I said that right. I've seen people use them. I don't personally know how to use them. You would have to know all the measurements and stuff. It's easy, though, to get yourself a little notebook and start writing stuff down and get yourself a set. That's going to tell you the exact dimensions of a, we'll say, American gold eagle. And if it doesn't measure right, if it's like even a fraction off, then it ain't legit. I've seen some silver eagles one time that wouldn't fit in one of these cases. And that, to me, was a giveaway because obviously those coins are designed for those cases, which means it better fit in here. If you put it in, it ain't right. And then the person tried saying, well, they're not eagles, they're actually rounds. I said, no, they're not rounds. It says American Silver Eagle on it. It is a full-blown, it didn't say copy, it was a full-blown fake. And so you have to be mindful of that. And here's the thing, that's kind of what the calipers would do. It would, measure it so you would have known. The only way I knew, this was when I was younger to stacking, was because I put them in a case. I was trying to fill up one of these. And when I slid them in and it didn't fit, I said, whoa, wait a minute. That ain't right. And then I changed my mind and got something else. So you need to be watchful on that. You don't want to get any fakes in your collection. If you do, that can kind of be devastating. Even if only one fake is there in, we'll say you buy 30 coins, 30 rounds, and one of them is fake. They just got an extra $1 an ounce off you on each one of those. You just raised your dollar cost average by $1 without even realizing it. So you have to be mindful. Small jewelry shop. So that is a new one for me that I actually just learned about. Going to jewelry shops. I had heard about it probably a couple years ago. Guy said, he went to a jewelry shop, found the same coins for a fraction of the price. And I said, BS. I said, I don't believe it. And I started asking around. I called that day to all the jewelry shops, and no one had anything. And later, I found a jewelry shop that buys gold and silver coins and then sells them maybe 10% over spot at best. Well, here's the thing. You're getting vintage coins or you're getting really nice coins at low premiums. I won't even say 10% over spot. I mean, we're talking fractional. I instantly took as much as I could. And it didn't take long before he raised his prices. And I'm like, and here's the thing. His prices all had sticker prices. He wasn't even doing I guess you call it movable spot, where some online stores, they post their stuff, and if spot price goes up by $1, their prices go up by $1. It's all automated. His prices were fixed, which means if I bought this for $25 and my intention is to make a 10% spot, I post it for $27.50 and just leave it there until someone buys it. Eventually someone will buy it, but how long? I found his site and he had stuff almost at spot price. If you're selling this for $30 and spot price is $30.50, that's over spot. If it's selling for $29.50 at spot and you're picking this up for $30, that's a steal. That's why you want to get as close to spot or under as you can. A lot of opportunity there if you can. Unfortunately, I got to wrap up. We are coming up on a 2-hour video. I may try to go live again because so many people enjoyed the live stream, I think. I'll be really curious to see how the numbers come out on the thumbs up buttons. We started off a little rough because we didn't have a lot of people on, but as we got talking, more and more comments, more and more people commenting, it really did take off. I may end up doing this again down the road once I get the numbers in. Thank you so much, Michael, for becoming a member. I super thank you. Anybody else that would like to become a member, I'm going to read a couple more comments in a minute. Anybody else that would like to become a member, it's only $1.99 to become a member. Some people might say, I don't want to spend the $1.99, but there are perks with it. One, your comments go directly to my phone, so I do get to read all y'all's comments. And on top of that, we are giving away monthly giveaways every month, including this right here for October. Every month we've been doing something special. This is a 1987 San Francisco MS69 certified Eagle. When you scan this barcode or you type in that number, if I can focus in a little bit better, you type in that number on the NGC app, you will see that this is a $250 coin. We do all of our giveaways 100% random, which means I have no control over it, how it's done. We're using a football pool this month. It is going to be 100 squares. Once all 100 names are filled in, we will end up doing a live stream, and we will randomly draw where the numbers are going to be placed, what order. Then you can look at your square and check what numbers it rallies against, and then you can probably watch. It'll probably be like a Dallas Cowboy game or something like that. It could be Pittsburgh game. It could be, who knows. I'm going to try to do a game that is televised, and then you watch the game, and if your score comes up, you win that coin. And it's pretty cool. It's a good opportunity, and it's only $1.99. If you're considering joining, there is a little join button right below the video where you can click the join button, and it's pretty cool. And if you're on an iPhone, then unfortunately you have to join through your browser. It's a little different in that case. So let's take a look real quick as I am about ready to wrap up. Really cool prize. Thank you so much. And yeah, I try to do better and better prizes. For those of you that don't know, last month we did, if I have any left, I think I have a couple left in here. So last month we did this. This is a Mexican Libertad. So a lot of people like these. This happens to be a first strike. It was a really popular coin. We had a lot of people join because of that coin. And here's the thing. If by some fluke someone says to me, oh, I'd rather have the Libertad instead of the Eagle, that I work with the winner. Whoever the winner is, I will talk to them in an email. And if they want something different, I had someone say, I'd rather have more silver. I said, well, I'll tell you what. If you win, I would keep that and give you some generic stuff. We'll work out something privately between me and the winner. because everybody's going to want something different. And it would be too hard to make deals with everybody and then only one person's going to win. So let's see. These lives are fun, honestly. Yeah, a lot of people do like the live streams. Just so many things can go wrong in a live stream. That's why a lot of people are hesitant to do them. I've actually seen live streams where people knew where the person was and they've called in like a SWAT team. It's crazy, the stuff. One guy was at an airport and he was doing a live stream and they called in a threat and they described the guy and they surrounded the guy while he was live streaming. So a lot of people don't like to do live streams for different reasons. You probably wouldn't see that in this community, but anything can happen. So live streams are great. I'm curious for the feedback. Yes, absolutely. So feedback participation is huge because it gives me ideas. I've got 3 ideas today for great videos that I will probably be doing this week. Let's see. So just live. Let's see here. Let's see. Cheap red book doesn't matter. Yeah, get yourself a cheap red book. You can't go wrong with that. And you can find them cheap. Let's see. Harbor Freight has cheap Neo Mid. Oh, really? I didn't know they had magnets at Harbor Freight. I'm going to have to go look. I might go today, actually, and look and see if they have some. Because I've been wanting to get a new one since I've lost mine. I either lost mine or gave mine away or something. And Harbor Freight has a lot of cheap stuff. So I'm definitely going to go. They actually had these. I better not get. Well, I'll tell you since I ain't got one. I've wanted one, but I didn't get one. They had cheap, not secure wall safes. Literally, it could be hidden in the wall. It was pretty cool. They were only like $100. It was cool because it could be hidden. However, they're not secure. I wouldn't want to put anything major in it. They're just neat. Neat little thing. I guess it's going to keep some kid from getting in there, but it's not going to keep someone from just, one crowbar. You could take the whole thing out of the wall, and because they're so small, you could walk off with the whole thing. Let's see. Do you ever buy 80% Canadian? Not really. I do have some, but I won't say I buy it on a regular basis. I pick up a lot of different junk. And I say junk loosely. Don't think that because I'm actually looking in the junk box as I'm speaking right now to see if I had. I'm reaching down in my little junk box. I have a junk box under my desk right now with literally stuff that I didn't want. I'll show you here real quick. It's junk that I didn't want, but I'm not going to turn it down. If I can get anything at spot price, then I take it. What do we got here? So, like this right here, I ended up getting that for like $1 over face. So, but it's not even silver. Stuff like this. It is silver, but it's not anything special. I mean, is it cool? It's getting all bent up. I'll probably have to put it in a Bible or a heavy book for a bit. Maybe not a Bible. I don't want to be, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I know some people are going to be like, it's junk. Why buy it? You know what? If you can get stuff like this, though, for pennies on the dollar, literally, 10% over face value, just pick it up. That's what I say. You're what are you losing? 10% on $5? You know what I mean? You lose maybe 50 cents. Somebody, a young collector, is going to see this and like it, even though, it doesn't have any huge value to it. I don't even know all the time. I just reached in and pulled out a handful of junk. Let's see, are these war nickels or V nickels? V nickels. Yeah, just miscellaneous junk. This right here, so far I think we've only seen one silver coin. Although this slid out with it, so. 5-ounce bar. That was a good deal, obviously. 2010. So what are these, state parks maybe? Yeah, state park set. There again. I mean, this might have cost me $1.75, $1.50. There's 5 quarters in there. I could break it open. There's $1.25. So looking at it, it didn't matter. A little copper round, nothing fancy. This one, okay, this one's a good one. And oh, I remember this one because 2004, my son's birthday. So that's why when I seen it, it's like, what's the lowest you do on that? I ended up getting it pretty close to spot price. It's cool if you're in one of these 4 states, which is cool because I'm in Texas, and Texas is in here. Has Florida, for those of you that are in Florida. Can't really see them other states. Wisconsin, Michigan, Iowa. And that is silver. But, you know, this is coming out of my junk box. It's stuff that I picked up super cheap. Didn't really want to buy, but if it's cheap, then I'll pick it up. I'm thinking it's a silver coin. We'll see. I won't know until I check it real quick. At least 40%. I'd say 90%, though. I'd say it's a 90% half dollar. But I'd have to look a little closer just to make sure, or find the paperwork. I'm not a coin collector. For those of you that don't know, that wasn't with it, but I'm going to throw that there just for a minute. Well, it probably was. It wasn't with this coin. It was probably with a bunch. Okay, so it is 90%. And that's what I would have guessed. So, kind of nice coin there. You just got to pick up stuff when you can. Pick it up and pick it up cheap. Another junk 1990 set. Here again, if you pick that up for $1.25, $1.50, you've got something there. You could bring this to a show, put that in a show, and say $2, and it will sell in a minute, and you make 50 cents. Now, some people ain't trying to make 50 cents. Their time is more valuable than that. But if you've got a ton of these, and maybe you'll say $3, or maybe someone will say, hey, I'll give you a silver dime for it. Absolutely. Another 2004, and I've got boxes of this type of junk. This slid out, so this must have been in there. Yeah, let's see what this was. This is probably a 90%. Oh, yeah. It's a 90% dollar. If you like that dollar, I don't personally. It's not really a super cool design, in my opinion. And who knows, whoever the winning member is, maybe they would want to make a side deal where I'll show them a bunch of stuff, and they'll be like, I'd rather have a bunch of stuff than that. Especially because this type of little cheap stuff, you can do very well if you know what you're looking for, and you know how to, if you know how to talk with people and teach people about coins. And here's the thing, that little junk stuff that I just showed you, throw that back in that box. That is great leads. You can use that for leads. Oh, check out what I just picked up. It's not something, I don't want to show someone, hey, check out what I just picked up, a gold 1-ounce maple leaf or a gold 50 peso coin. I don't want people to know that I'm that high into it. When I come across like, I have a little bit of silver, you know, and then I might show them, yeah, check out these that I just picked up. Aren't them beautiful? I guess they're 1 gram bars. You know, super awesome deal. And silver's up right now. And they're like, pff. If you're a stacker and somebody shows you that, you might think, oh, he's probably not too serious into it. I don't want people that know me personally to know how into it I am, unless you know me personally and you live far away from here. I hate to say it like that. That's why I've met up with a lot of the channel members in different areas and fans and stuff. So, okay, so let's get back into real quick checking out the comments. I'm sure. So the last comment I had is, you buy 80% Canadian. So yeah, that's what led me into that box. Not super big into the 80%. Let's see. Did you pull out the collection because of me? No. Nope. I just pulled out that because it was a good reference to 80% silver. I actually thought I had a pack of 80% silver in there. So that's why. But those are good examples of stuff that you can pick up and really cheap. And some of that was real silver. Some of it was collectible V nickels and stuff. That's not. Oh, I left that out actually. The nickel one. No, you need to pick up what you can when you can, as close to spot and generic. So, with that being said, gonna wrap up here. We're at 2 hours and 15 minutes. I see some people already left when I was about ready to stop. So I'm gonna wrap up here. I thank everybody for watching. So thank you so much. Let's see here. I'm not sure how you pronounce that name. Sup as up. I don't think I said that right, but you have a great night. John Wilco's, what's up, buddy? How's it going? Hope you're having a great day. I hope you have a great day. We're about ready to wrap up. We're all done now. We've been on for 2.5 hours. Alexander, you have a great day, buddy. Just live, you have a great day. Shocked, you have a great day. Jack Elliott, sorry, I missed your, these lives are fun, honestly. Yeah, I did read your comment. Yeah, I remember seeing that. Thank you so much for stopping in. Chris in Virginia, thank you so much for stopping in. A big thank you, John Mastrom, for stopping in. I really am glad that I hope you're doing well. I hadn't heard from you in a while. I hadn't seen a comment on a video or anything, so I'm glad that I know that you're doing well. Big Trader, thank you so much for stopping in. I know you got a kick out of that comment. We can't all be big traders. So thank you so much. John Jack, thank you so much for becoming a member the other day. Michael, thank you so much for becoming a member today from Florida. Ironically, that set of coins had Florida in it, the 2004 set that I just showed. Let's see, who else was in the room? I can't see if you're in the room. If you haven't commented, I can't see. You have to have put a comment up recently. Silver is money, absolutely. How do you pronounce that? Is it just Dem, R-I? Thank you so much for stopping in the room. With that being said, we're going to cut the video here. I thank everybody. We got 56 likes. People have already started dropping out. I know people are getting ready to go to work. They got stuff to do. The day's going. They just kind of stopping in because I don't usually do live videos. I usually do pre-made videos. I wanted to do it this morning because I didn't have a video planned out. So with that being said, going to wrap up here and call it a day. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. It was definitely fun. We got some good ideas for videos in the future, specifically stuff for new stackers. Cast Iron Games, how's it going, buddy? Hope you're having a great day. Thank you so much. And please, if everybody can, hit that thumbs up button before you go. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out. And I thank everybody for watching. We've been on about 2.5 hours, so I am going to let you guys go. But I will see you guys again. Shocked, you have a great day too. And that's going to wrap up. I hope everybody has a great day. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.